Hello and welcome back to Sam's on Wrestling, and this is a little bit still part of our Christmas phase here at Sam's on Wrestling. Today we are taking some time to look back at the year that has been in WWE, and what a year it's been.
Wow.
We are doing our brackets tournament where we are taking 32.
Unbelievably.
And there's some years in WWE you wouldn't have 32.
Well, we were
thinking
thinking of doing this as a top 10, and then we just keep writing more and more between us, and we turned to each other and went, I've got like 25 moments here. Yeah. And that was in like July.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, I think we might have to do a bracket. And then we were like, well, we'll do 32. And then they just kept getting like another one and another one and another one, because AEW were doing the same thing. I've got so many honourable mentions that did not make the 32.
Yeah, we could arguably do two brackets.
We really could.
All day.
So thank you for joining us in our Christmas week. It is December the 28th. We are here till the 1st of January, and we're going to decide what is the best moment of WWE in 2024.
And if you, if you feel like you missed it, I'm
I
was about to do it. I'm hosting. All right. If you have, be quiet, you.
Oh, Christmas always ends in an argument, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you have any other suggestions that you think should have been on this list, or if you think we got the wrong answer, please do let us know. And don't forget to, I'll let you say so.
Like, share, and subscribe.
There we go. Teamwork, Steve.
And for anyone who's not watched our brackets episode, here's our work. There are two of us, so one of us is the judge. That'll be our babiest of baby Sams.
I need my wig.
However, if I disagree with one of his decisions, I have 5 vetoes. You only needed 1 for AEW.
Well, I needed 2 really, but that's a different stage.
So literally, if I decide that he is completely wrong on a decision he's made, I can veto it, and my decision will go through automatically, and I can do it whenever I want. However, I can't do it for any semi-final or final matches. That is your decision and your decision alone, and I can't do it more than twice for the same wrestler. So I can't just put something through to the final. So let's find out what is the best moment of WWE in 2024. Before we get into before we get into the first match, should we talk about the match, some of the things that didn't make it?
Yes,
okay.
Please.
So literally, I have a long list, so I was going to remember them, and then I was like, I'll have 11 of them. So here's a few things that did not make the list of moments this year, right? The French crowd.
Oh.
Did not make the
list. That
list.
could be on my awards.
Chelsea's dumpster vignette when she had a match with Michin, and just admire Michin. It's like so funny, so entertaining, brilliant. Heyman doesn't answer the phone.
Oh,
didn't make it.
Disconnected.
Gunther chokes out Orton to win King of the Ring. The King of the Wing doesn't. King of the Wing. Punk and Roman sit down. Did not make it. The one from just before Survivor Series.
Wasn't the choke to win at SummerSlam because King of the Ring was the dodgy pin?
No, SummerSlam was when he beat Priest.
Oh, okay. When else did he beat on? Because King of the Ring was the pin that was not a pin.
Yeah, but he choked him out at King of the Ring. No, you're right. He choked him out.
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. You're absolutely right. He choked him out at a different pin. You're absolutely right. I tell a lie. Io's trash can flip. That's makes it every year, but it's not made it this year. I've got Andrade versus Melo series. There wasn't really a moment, but I wanted to mention it because they were brilliant matches, every single one. Roman saying yeet to reunite with like Jimmy Uso and all that lot. Big moment. Motor City Machine Guns winning the tag team championships on their like second night. And then there was a lot of Scar going in there. Jay was involved and all that stuff. Otis pushing over Chad Gable.
Oh, that's not in there.
No, it was literally, this was the one that got bumped in the 33 position.
Oh.
So when I was going there and I had a moment to bring in Otis pushing over.
Says something. Most of those would be top 5 moments in 2018, 2019. I've got
one more. Drew failing the cash-in has not made it.
Which is a massive moment.
Yeah. So some of these have not been included because there's a lot of repeated people and we don't want to be Roman, Drew. So there's a bit of that going on, but at the same time, wow, what a year.
Well done, lads.
So,
well done.
Our first match, Sam, what have we got?
We have the R-Truth hot tag at WrestleMania 40, rightfully in there, versus the Wyatt debut attack.
Yes, so let's talk, first of all, why is R-Truth there? Listen to the crowd. It's one of the highlights of WrestleMania 40. Literally, it was a great mania. Him putting the hat, everyone went ballistic. And some of these, obviously, things that were honourable mentions maybe were big or whatever. But I'll tell you what, as a moment, I think that'll get replayed for years. R-Truth looking for a hot tag in a ladder match where it's fantastic. It was so funny, so entertaining, and it's why we love R-Truth and characters and weird gimmicks. Sometimes Chelsea Green gets it right. You can just entertain. Be an entertainer. The Wyatt 6 debut attack.
I feel like it's winning.
Oh my god, like, we can talk about how it's gone since and then or whatever, but that first night, like, it was done so well that people thought there were other people who'd been attacked. It wasn't just Chad Gable. They were going, oh, Gunther was there, and that was a guy from NXT, and they were just, you're just wrong. And it was real, like, proper people publicising that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
that shows how good the production was. Like, the production team are one of the MVPs.
They have had an amazing year. Since Kevin Dunn has gone, it just shows you what happens when you have a fresh outlook. Watching WWE is so interesting.
Even visually.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Watching being visual is all on about. You're like going, oh my god, I didn't realise how stuck in our ways we had been when we could have done such interesting shots and camera angles and different things. It's engaging to watch when you change the view. You should have a different director you look at the Harry Potters, they had different directors and it gave them a different view. It's the same sort of principle. The Wyatt debut attack is one of the best moments of the year for me. And I would put that through. But you're the judge.
It's easy to forget because it was right towards the beginning, wasn't it? Was it post-main? Was it?
No,
it still seems that long ago to me.
But also, I think that they've kind of been in and out, up and down.
I'd say the Wyatt.
I still think it's the better moment. Yeah. So Wyatt 6 going through.
Two quite associated ones now. We have Punk bloodying Drew with the toolbox in that amazing Hell in a Cell
So the moments are like the blood absolutely flowing down as they're like arguing and then you're just going for it and begging. I mean, that's kind of the moment I've got in my head because Drew is really bleeding.
Oh yeah, and he sells it.
And they were really worried about him as well.
Yeah. And he kept wiping, stopping them from wiping it off.
But he had to. He needed, was it 17 staples or something?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in a bad way.
I respect you so much for that. Against Damian Priest cashing in at WrestleMania.
Not quite Seth Rollins.
Not quite Seth Rollins.
But still, what's
the
a moment
of the decade?
With the whole moment comes from the Drew. It's included with Drew going up to Punk swiping the legs. Hitting him with the thing, and then Priest coming in. Wow, what a moment. We cared about Judgment Day at the time a lot more as well.
We talk about the bloodline storyline, rightfully so, in terms of the snowball effect has on other feuds and the world of wrestling and WWE. The Punk-Drew feud, the through storyline has had an effect on loads of different things, and so many cool things have happened within one feud. And these are two examples in the same feud. I love the Priest cash-in. I thought it was fantastic. This is what really instigated the proper feud because Punk finally got one back on Drew and it became of, I'm getting revenge on you, I'm getting revenge on you. Brilliant moment. Punk got his moment. It works for Drew's character because he's never got to properly win the big one in front of the crowd because it was robbed away from him. And it works. You can understand both characters storyline. However, Punk Drew Hell in a Cell has.
It's a great match, but we're not talking about the match. It's the moments we're talking about.
Even the moments itself.
We're going to remember go for the Claymore and lands on the steps.
Oh,
like ow!
What a spot, Drew.
Yeah. So are you going to pick?
I would pick that.
I would more hedge towards Priest cashing in, but I don't think strongly enough to take it on. But I do think Priest's cash in and the whole thing with the snowball coming in at that point is actually a bigger moment for me. But I understand. So okay. Punk and Drew. The bloodied moment really goes through to the next round.
Next up, we have Bronson Reed attacking Seth Rollins with all the Tsunamis against at Bad Blood, Jimmy Uso, and The Rock returning. What are your thoughts on this one, Sam?
I still don't understand The Rock return.
No,
I still don't get it. It got ruined for Chris Van Vliet, He was backstage. He went the wrong place. I think he went outside. He saw The Rock's truck go. I went, oh, The Rock's here. But we knew The Rock was there because he'd been pictured in a gym. And this is the problem. This is the problem. So it's not giving away Raw results that's the problem. It's people going, this person's... They're in Orlando, whatever it is. I actually only have one winner for this.
Same.
I think Bronson Reed's attack made him immediately... It just made him a star. It wasn't the fact that he attacked Seth Rollins, because that can happen to anybody. 1 tsunami. 2 tsunamis. 3 tsunamis. And he literally done an interview with Chris, and he's like, I think 3 was the plan. And he just kept going. Fair play to Seth for being ready. Just 6 tsunamis. The crowd didn't know what to do. Because it got to the stage where it actually got a bit silly, but in a good way. They're going, this is getting silly now. He's still hitting tsunamis. And no one cared about Bronson Reed.
Not really, no.
And also, they hadn't built to it. No. It wasn't like Seth had beaten him in a match before. It was just Bronson going, I'm going to make an impact. And he attacked Seth Rollins. It helped Seth because it took Seth out for a bit because he needed a bit more rest his knee. I love this moment. I think this is a star-making moment.
Yeah, this is his big moment. I loved it. I was watching it on YouTube I think you might have texted me saying you've got to watch it or something. And I watched it and thought, okay, like I was more excited for the Seth Punk segment, and Bronson Reed ruined it and come out. But I was like, okay. And then he just kept going. And even I was watching it go, do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
Yeah. It was so good. Simplicity. No words were spoken. And yet it was a star-making moment. I loved it. And you can't convince me that The Rock didn't come out just to stop Punk from getting his main event. One more time. He cannot see that man main event a pay-per-view on his own. He can't see it.
Bronson Reed attacking Seth Rollins is going through to the next round.
Okay, so for the next match, we have CM Punk being the fifth man. Is he the fifth man?
Is he the fifth man?
Yes, he is. The fifth man in the Bloodline team for War Games.
And Heyman returning.
What a moment. Against, unfortunately, for that moment, it's against the final 5 minutes of WrestleMania 40.
Oh, what, Bloodline in the back?
Yeah, all of the heist of the centuries. Endgame.
We'll talk about Paul Heyman returning. Hello, my name's Paul Heyman. Just like the crowd going mad for a manager. That's how
for the voice
good,
of the manager.
That's how good he is for a manager. And then, because I'm not going to lie, me and you had been posting, because you posted a theory on who was going to be, and I was told you it was going to be Seth Rollins. Because I'd watched WWE for 20 odd years, and they do the thing where Seth says no, and then Seth said yes. And they attack Seth. They did all the beats. They did all
what's so clever about
beats,
it.
And then it was Punk. And there was reasons for it to be Punk. Instead of just, it's going to be Punk. And Seth still saying no. That's
Love it.
Awesome. And you're like, oh my God, that's real
We're
TV.
living in a different world.
I can't do it.
No,
I
you
haven't
can't.
got used to it yet.
Because you were very much still in the Vince booking, and I was like, no.
I was commenting your video, and I was doing the comments in the comment section going, it's going to be Seth. It's guaranteed to be Seth. And one person, I've forgotten your name, and you know who you are, said, I think it's going to be CM Punk. And he was right. Yeah. And he is so right. And I loved being wrong. And that's what wrestling should be about. Everyone fantasy books all the time, and they think it's rubbish if it's not the way it goes. They do it with films as well. Don't fantasy book. Watch the TV show. Complain if they get it wrong afterwards. For example, Chad Gable. I kept saying, wait and see how it is. Okay, no, we were wrong. Chad Gable was booked badly. But, oh my God, it worked so well. Simply in the film. However, it loses. We're going to talk about this a bit later, I assume.
Yeah.
The final 5, 6, 7 minutes of WrestleMania 40's match. Just so you know where that starts and finishes. Solo entering, Cody winning the title. And when there was a moment ago, it's just a moment that just kept
It's a moment
going.
in time.
It's a moment that kept going. So we will talk about that later, because clearly that's going through to the next round.
Rock bloodies Cody Rhodes in the rain, saying many swear words
So many swear words.
against Rhea Ripley's return, which was awesome.
Rhea's return was really well done.
Really well done.
Yeah, the crowd went mad.
Dominic and Liv were about to kiss, and then I don't think anyone was expecting it.
No, because they thought she was going to be out a little bit longer because she had done a shoulder in. And a moment that actually was on the list, they didn't even make the honourable mentions of her popping her shoulder back in at SummerSlam, running into the death. So there are moments that didn't even make the honourable mentions.
That'd be top 10 in 2015.
It really would. It was great. Rock, Bloody, and Cody in the Rain is cinema. It's one of the best bits of TV I've watched. And that's when I watched that, and we've just done our prediction videos. If you want to go watch over our WrestleMania 41 predictions, it's why I think the Rock-Cody match, if Rock turns at Mania, is the one to go, because that was the story. Roman was a passenger in the story. Roman was the third wheel in that. I'd argue Seth Rollins was more of a wheel than Roman Reigns was. And the Rock-Cody, if you're going to do a one-on-one match, and you've gone for Roman Rock in the predictions, sorry if you're spoilers, go and watch it, I would think it'd be Rock-Cody. But from this Rhea's return was great and unexpected, but Rock, Bloody, and Cody in that reign is just something you've never seen.
No, it was
and the
creative.
reign just so helped.
It helped massively. I think it's one of the best. It could be the best non-in-ring segment that we've seen in years.
Oh, at least 10 years.
At least 10 years. It's just because of the realism, the fact that it is The Rock, so he can say whatever he wants.
Does what he wants.
He's The Rock.
Does what he
Basically
wants.
owns the company half that, in control of it. It is fantastic. It's such a great example of getting heat on a heel and feeling sympathy for the babyface because you want Cody to go get him.
It made Cody a star.
It took the violence and the heat to a whole new level. And it's not even that he because we see beatdowns.
Yeah.
We see beatdowns all the time. I think part of it is the use of blood, because
blood
we talk about blood, you need to use it sparingly in the important.
Because I don't like blood being used because of how it gets created. I don't want people cutting themselves. I don't want that.
But they're doing all sorts of harm to the body.
However, do it occasionally, because when it works, when you're using it right, John Moxley, when you use it right, it makes something bigger. If you do something all the time, it has nothing. It has no meaning. If you do it once every 6 months, 5 months, then it has more meaning. Rock, Bloody and Cody in the Rain is going to go through, yeah?
It's going through.
Absolutely.
Next up, we have some more blood.
More bloody moments.
For you bloodthirsty,
Do it every
festive people.
Do it every 6 months.
Yeah,
It matters.
6 weeks. So we have...
This must have been fake blood, surely, because it was off camera. So
it was Drew bloodying Punk in Chicago on SmackDown and stealing his wristband.
Oh, that wristband.
Came a bit too heavy in the story, but the moment was great. And Sammy beating Gunther for the IC title.
Did you think Sammy was going to beat Gunther?
I was very torn. I thought he wasn't going to.
I didn't think he was going to either.
No, you know what? When a reign goes on that long, especially
you just don't expect
you just think he's going to keep going, and you just think they'll do it another time. I was happy he did. I think a lot of people were just tempted to go, oh, I don't want it because...
Well, Sammy got a bit of negative things because everyone was like, Sammy again. They can't call him Sammy Hogan because people are just pathetic online. Becky Hogan got it as well. But I was like, I was kind of a bit like, I'd rather the Chad Gable had been there.
Yeah, same.
And then Chad turned on Sammy and think, okay, Chad will win the IC title going heel. I was like, and then they just didn't do it. Because Wyatt Six turned up.
I would rather it had been Gable.
Yeah.
I think they've given the mid-card top babyface role to Sammy, that like plucky, innocent babyface, which Chad was going for and just wasn't given. But I think you can't complain too much because they gave a great story. And I think in these moments, look at where we were about 5 or 6 years ago. Let's be grateful for this really good match, really good story. He did a brainbuster.
Yeah.
On Gunther.
People thought it was a botch. I was like, you idiots. Why didn't Kevin Owens win the United States Championship that night and they have a hug in the ring?
Genuinely, because that's what I wanted. I completely
Why
wanted
didn't
that.
they? Paul didn't need the title. He didn't do anything for another 5 months.
That moment of those two getting to hug in the ring, it's kind of like the WrestleMania 20 thing, but like with Zayn and Owens.
Paul needed a win. That was the problem. He'd lost so much.
But it's Paul as a YouTuber. And you know, he's very easy. You can go with the Shane McMahon thing of who he's not, a proper wrestler. And I think you could have had Owens lose it solo. That's a whole other thing. I love the moment. But I would say Drew...
Are we going to have Bloody versus Bloody?
You know what? I'd generally go Sammy beating Gunther for this one. You can veto it.
I'm going to veto it. I think it's the idea that CM Punk's in Chicago and Drew's not even meant to be there because he's a Raw superstar, and then suddenly he gets dragged out covered in blood. It was like, oh my God. It really did everyone just go, oh. I'm actually going to veto it. I generally think Drew Bloody and CM Punk was such a big deal. Sammy beating Gunther was a great little moment, him winning the IC title, but weirdly, I thought it felt flat for me. I know everyone rated it quite highly. I felt the moment was a bit more flatter than other things. I think we were all built... They put it in the death spot. It was just before the main event.
That's fair. I forgot that it was there.
What was it there for? I'm actually going to veto. I'm going to think Drew Bloody and CM Punk and dragging him out in Chicago and stealing the wristband. Because before the wristband, remember, don't go angry because the wristband became a problem. It's the moment in time. The wristband.
No, that's not what my criteria was.
I'm going with Drew Bloody and CM Punk.
Next up, we have You Are Not My Tribal Chief against Nia crushing Lila to win.
Lyra.
I
put Lila. I have misspelled it.
I've read that, and it's quite small text.
Lyra.
This is
Valkyria.
To win.
They don't know how to say her last name. Is it Valkyria? Is it Valkyrie? What is it? But yeah, we'll talk about that briefly because I think I know what's going to win. She does a sunset flip. And then Nia just lets go and just splat. And everyone's like, oh, botch. She botched it. I was like, no, Nia's not botched that. That was the planned spot. And quite frankly, to win a Queen of the Ring, which is probably the first time the Queen of the Ring's mattered, because I think Zelina won it and it was like, eh. That was like, and they won a title shot, which also helps. That was like oh my God. Because I generally thought Lauren was going to win because I thought it was going to be, make your new star type thing. And Nia just flattening her was like a damn. And I think Nia's been booked really well. I think she's done a really great year. Obviously, she wasn't great in the War Games match, so we'll put that to the side. But other than that, she's had a really good year. But You Are Not My Tribal Chief, we'll definitely talk about later because I'm pretty certain that's going through.
One of the moments of the year, yes, it is. Next up, we have an all-women's matchup here. We have Bayley winning the Royal Rumble versus Chelsea Green going through the table at Money in the Bank.
Wow.
I think I'm my winner, but I think both are...
Both is difficult because Bayley, we wanted to win. We weren't sure she was going to win. I predicted that she was going to win, so I thought she was the right win. But then she came out like 3. And you're like, stop putting... It's just to become a new trope of everyone has to either come out 30 or in the first 2 or 3. It's really weird. But the story was there to play the damage control story, the people turning on her. And Bayley winning was such a lovely moment because we all love Bayley. Chelsea going through the bump, that's a huge bump she took. Because she went backward through it as well. And we all generally at that point thought she was generally about to win. We actually were like, oh, Chelsea. She'll be a great person with the money in the bank. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, splat. I wanted Chelsea Green on this list because I think she's had an unbelievable year.
Awesome.
And she hasn't done many moments, as it say, because she's just been this constant thing. But I think her vignette with the dumpster was fantastic. I think her hilarious things after the dumpster were funny. But this is probably her biggest moment of the year, actual in-ring, and fair play to her.
We'll get to it on the predictions video. I think she's going to have a really big 2025, and I really hope she does, because she's awesome. However, for me, it's Bayley.
I would probably go with Bayley winning the Royal Rumble. We'll go with Bayley wins the Royal Rumble because it just was really well done. That whole end of the Rumble as well. You had everyone in there. They're going, you got Tiff, Jade, Bianca, Liv. It just returned you. They're going, you could have easily sat there and gone, all 5 of you could win this. Like Jade could have easily won that and gone straight to the main event, straight to the top. It was a great. Do you know what? Triple H has booked some really good Royal Rumbles. I wouldn't say they've been memorable. I wouldn't say they've had those memorable moments that you would attach to, but they've been really solid, and the right winner has won pretty much every single time. So Bayley wins the Rumble.
So as per usual, we are sticking with the left-hand side of the draw. We're doing all of this side of the bracket, getting one finalist, and then we'll move on to the other side. So
these are 8 amazing moments.
These are incredible. So the first match in our round of 16, 16, is the Wyatt debut attack versus Punk bloodying Drew with the toolbox. I think I know my winner, but it's close.
I've got Wyatt's debut here.
Oh, you haven't?
I have.
You haven't.
Because the Punk Drew match is the Hell in a Cell, and I think you're confusing with the Hell in a Cell being amazing.
Happily confusing it.
But there wasn't any moments in it. It was just one of the best matches for a long, long time. Whereas the Wyatt 6 debut, I don't think has ever been seen before.
Have you seen Punk hit Drew with the toolbox before? I don't think so.
Yes. I've seen Punk hit people with a toolbox.
Not Drew.
It was actually his weapon of choice.
Drew.
It was his weapon of choice in War Games.
Regardless, I would go, oh, you've got the veto power. I don't like it. Okay.
I'm going to use my veto because you want it. Because I do think the Wyatt 6 debut attack is genuinely unbelievable. Everyone was talking about it, Sam. I know. I know Drew and Punk's great, and I know you're a Punk fan. This is why I've got the vetoes in the WWE one, because you can't be trusted because you would just veto constantly.
Yes.
That's the reason I've got the veto.
It all goes to my head.
But the Wyatt 6 debut, as much as everyone, it's kind of gone a little cold, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was excited about it. And it was generally one of the best bit of TVs. And I even told you to go and watch it. I was like, you must watch the ending of Raw. It was incredible. And yes, I'm going to veto. Wyatt 6's debut attack was phenomenal to me. Genuinely one of the best bit of TV all year.
And next we have Bronson Reed attacking Seth Rollins with the 12 Tsunamis of Christmas against... Just look at that.
12 Tsunamis coming. 11 Tsunamis coming.
And a big push to WrestleMania.
Don't dive off. Don't do the tsunami off the cage.
Oh,
you can't do it. You didn't do it flat.
He can.
No, he can't. He landed on his feet.
No, I know. I'm saying he can, but it doesn't.
Don't do it.
And it's against the final 5 minutes of WrestleMania.
So we quickly talk about the final 5 minutes of WrestleMania.
Oh, how long have you got?
So Solo comes out to recreate the end of WrestleMania.
Which kicks out of.
Jimmy. Jimmy was first.
Oh.
Pardon me. Jimmy comes out, and then Jay comes out to, they messed up their match.
Oh.
So at least they got this.
Well, they got this moment.
And they went through the table, that was good. And then Solo comes out to recreate the moment. And then Cena, who just lost to
Solo,
which makes sense. And then obviously The Rock and Cena.
What universe are we living in?
I don't know.
We got that stuff at WrestleMania 40.
And then The Rock's in the ring, and then the glass shatters, and Stone Cold comes out, it's The Undertaker for no reason whatsoever.
It is for no reason whatsoever.
If you want to know about why Sam doesn't like this is actually on a controversial opinion. It's on a video.
No, okay, people are going to yell at me for no reason. I loved it, but it made no sense.
The Undertaker
I can love things that make no sense, but let's just be frank, it made no sense.
Yeah,
and Austin would have been much better, but I still loved it.
There was issues with Austin 1 and stuff.
I know, I'm not going into that, but it should have been him. But it was still amazing. It was still and you know what? People, when they're losing their minds and this just... We thought Mox was going to come out at one point.
You did, I didn't.
Well, I'm not the only one.
I felt like I was the only person in the entire world watching going, lads, it's Seth Rollins.
Because when it was mental enough, you're going, anything can happen. It's just mental. You're just going, it's Mox, but it obviously didn't. But, so... you're just in that frenzy. When you hear the gong, you're not going, oh, no, it's The Undertaker. So it still
He could have
works.
wore some gear instead of his podcast
He
gear.
really was just doing a podcast with him.
It makes it look like someone's gone, we really can't get Austin. I thought he might turn up by now.
I'm doing a podcast with Maven. Oh,
Mark, run out.
But it was still unbelievable. Cody winning. I think it beats Bronson.
It does, but I feel sorry for Bronson because I think his attack on Seth Rollins is one of the best star-making moments for a guy who was kind of nothing. No one cared when he returned with The Miz. No one cared.
No.
So, yeah, I feel a bit sorry for Bronson Reed. But, yeah, the final 5-6 minutes of WrestleMania's 40 match, the longest moment it's like really is you're pushing the boat on moment there, but it kept going and going
It's
and
its
going.
own pay-per-view, ultimately.
I mean, it could have been its own list. Which moment is the best? Is The Undertaker? Is it The Rock? So, yeah, we're going to go with the final 5 minutes of the WrestleMania 40 main event.
Next, we have a lot of the Bloody. We have Rock bloodies Cody in the rain, and Punk... CM Punk is blooded by... Got there in the end.
Cody in the rain.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
There
it's
was
fantastic.
just no rain in
That
Chicago.
WrestleMania 40 was just something amazing. That build was just magic for a while. I mean, it was terrible. Then it was magic. It was bad. And then they went to Vegas and it was okay.
It was the Daniel Bryan feud, but better. The build to Mania was better version of that. Where you had the organic hero, but you had these amazing story set pieces.
And again, Triple H and Rock listened at least.
Of course.
They did listen
They did, and thankfully they did.
And this was awesome.
At that point, you didn't think they were overturning it, did you?
No, I didn't think so.
And I was like, no, they're going to go, they're going to boo it.
Yeah, but then literally the next day I told you, okay, I've changed my mind because I've never seen so much Twitter action.
It was insane.
Oh my God.
I think what a wonderful storyline we got. And
well done for Rock for turning it in and showing he can still do that heel.
Thought we were going to get a Rock as a heel
Rock.
in 2024.
God, he was incredible.
Amazing. Yeah. So, it's The Rock.
Yeah, Rock Bloodies Cody is definitely going through.
You are not my tribal chief versus... And you are not my tribal
chief. There's a lot of bloodline going through here.
Yes, versus Bayley winning the Royal Rumble. Do you want to talk about Bayley a bit more? Because I think
we talked about it enough beforehand. It was a really well constructed match, and Damage Control kind of weren't giving help in it, and then obviously it builds to WrestleMania. But you are not my tribal chief. Paul looking rough. He clearly had. I think he didn't sleep the day before.
I love that.
So he's he's consummate pro, isn't it? You know, and as an actor, I mean. Yeah. And then the delivery was amazing. Madison Square Garden as well, and then obviously to go through the table at the end of that. Honestly, Paul Heyman is just unbelievable to me.
Because I'm not being funny, Paul Heyman carried that entire story up until
Solo was struggling.
And I don't hold that against Solo.
And I'm going to throw this out there now because I think Solo still gets kind of hate. I think he's been excellent the last 6 weeks to 2 months because he's been able to just be him instead of playing this character that he's got to play, which I actually thought he played well because the idea is he's meant to be deluded. Everyone goes, "Oh, you're a rubbish Roman." It's like, or a wish. Roman's like, that's the point. He thinks he's it, but he isn't. Yeah. I think the fact he's been really over the top and his character's really come out. I've really enjoyed Solo in the last couple of weeks.
I think it's helped him having Reigns back and having all the bloodline around him, his best applause, and he's got his family to work with.
You are not my tribal chief. I can't believe it's a moment just somebody saying you're not my tribal chief and Paul Heyman just going, I'm not going to be with you.
That's 6 months of build to a sentence.
And
my word.
And wow, it's just amazing moments. So yeah, I'm going to put the tribal chief through instead of Bayley winning.
100%.
Tribal chief, so we're going to have 3 bloodline into the quarterfinals on the left-hand side of the draw.
Try getting your way out of this one, Sam. It's the Wyatt 6.
I've got a veto.
Debut attack, you can, but you won't. The Wyatt 6 debut attack versus the Mania final 5 minutes, Sam.
I think I generally think the Wyatt thing was such a big deal that I think it would have beaten a lot of things on there, and I think people have kind of forgotten how big a deal it was because of everything that's happened since. And I really do think, like, if you generally did what got the most views or watch or talk about or activity, you're probably talking about the Wyatt 6 debut, but it won't overcome the final 5 minutes of WrestleMania. We're not just saying it because of the final 5 minutes, but it really was the culmination of the moment, and everyone was going crazy and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to put WrestleMania 40's final 5 minutes into the semi-finals.
Oh wow! So okay. The Rock bloodies Cody in the rain, and you're not my tribal chief. I am lost here. We could just group these two together.
If I had to pick which one got a bigger reaction from me, you are not my tribal chief got a bigger reaction. If you got the one that I felt more, it was Rock Bloody and Cody in the Reign.
I'd probably edge Rock, Bloody and Cody. I can't believe
think
I'm
so.
saying that.
I think so.
I think so. So it's a bigger moment because you knew that was coming at some point, and it's a build up to Heyman saying it, and he said it, and it was great, and the segment was otherworldly good. However, there's something incredibly unique we've never seen, or at least not for 15 odd years, a beat down like that, and that's what makes,
especially going into a main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And it worked. It really did work. And You're Not My Tribal Chief was just a perfect thing to get Paul Heyman off telly and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it has to go. Rock, Bloody and Cody in the Reign has to go through to the semi-final.
I'm with you.
More Bloodline. People can say they're getting bored of Bloodline, and look at this. It's literally 3 of our quarterfinals, and now this is the semi-final. One of the Bloodline's making the final.
Look at what it's giving us. Where do we go? Okay, so we've got the final 5 minutes of WrestleMania versus The Rock, Bloody and Cody in the Reign.
I actually do have an answer, but you're the judge. So for me, genuinely, I'm actually genuinely picking The Rock, Bloody and Cody in the Reign.
Try and sell it to me.
And the reason being is it's when you put everything and you go balls to the wall, as the 40 does, it's amazing. It's an incredible, and every moment just hits, and it means something, and it's visceral, but it's had all that build and that story. And I'll just point out, we kind of were expecting it. We all knew it was about to happen. Everyone was there going, how long are you going to do the match for Cody and Roman until we get to the unbelievableness of everyone coming out? And they kind of did it beat for beat exactly how we expected it, apart from The Undertaker. Whereas Rock, Blood and Cody, no one was ready for. And no one was ready for the swearing, no one was ready for the blood. They also had Austin and Cena in the background, which was obviously meant to happen, but obviously they couldn't get Austin. And it was just, and it kept going, even if the camera stopped as well. Have you
seen it?
I've seen it, and that's amazing. And I just don't look at it and go, do you know what? As a thing, as a moment in time, you know, everyone's going to remember that WrestleMania moment, but I think that might get shown in so many things. And I genuinely think that that moment there made this happen even more, that The Rock being the character and the tag team match became such a big deal. You know, I generally would go with The Rock, Bloody and Cody in the Reign, because it just is something that looked like cinema, it looked like TV. That is great wrestling tropes of everyone at the main event of WrestleMania, and it's a happy moment, it's all everything. Whereas if you go, look at this moment here, it's a big deal.
You should be a salesman, Samuel. This is the problem with being a judge. It's not. You think it looks easy and fun on here. It's a hard responsibility.
This is why we enjoy the brackets. We've been talking about things, and usually when you go things, you go, I know what's going to win, and we end up having our minds changed. Like the winner of the spear really wasn't expecting who we thought was going to win, but we talked so much about it. Went, do you know what? I actually think this person should win. I'm not going to give away just in case you haven't watched it. Watch it. Best spear in wrestling and brackets. And that's what happens. We've had these conversations, and then you realise, oh, actually, I think so. And that's the intrigue. I generally think Rock, Bloody and Cody.
You make an excellent case, and you've made it closer for me. However, and I would be cross if I was you, because I know how passionately you feel, and you made a great pitch there. I just can't get over the final 5 minutes of wrestling at WrestleMania. We all became kids again, and even the most skeptical and just smarky fans, I think, all were suddenly 8 years old again. Yeah, get him Cena, get him Undertaker.
You were back to being a child again.
You were.
That's what storytelling should be.
Yeah. And we don't get that anymore. And it almost felt like the finale to wrestling.
It did. It felt like completed it.
Yeah. It literally felt WrestleMania 40. We're just going to have 40 WrestleManias, and then we'll just call it an end for the wrestling.
Yeah,
because we've completed it.
Yeah.
And I just think, yes, as great a point as you make, and I think in most other years that could win. And it's a testament to 2024. I just can't look over. You were watching it here. I was in Thailand.
Yeah, you were abroad. Yeah.
And I was literally watching it in a hostel downstairs away from everyone so I could watch it. And I was going mental in the sweltering heat, and I was jumping up and down, even though I knew it was going to happen. And I can't look past that memory. So for me, I'm going the Mania final 5 minutes. But I'm sorry,
I have no veto. It's
you
a
made a very
semi-final.
good pitch, and I could have gone either way.
I think the Rock, Blood and Cody is genuinely something that will be lived on in the memory. It's the Rain.
But I go in the Rain.
Put anything in the Rain. That's like Jurassic Park. The T-Rex attack. And Spielberg went, can we have this in the Rain? And the guy's made this like 12-ton T-Rex is like, can you get water on it?
An umbrella.
It's like this 12-ton robot. Yeah, okay.
Let's see what happens.
That's what happens. Mania 40 is going through to the final. We're not done. We've got a whole side of the draw to go.
Oh, God. More bloodline stuff. We've got Jacob Fatu's debut
Oh God, wow.
going up against Kevin Owens, pile driving Randy Orton. I know what wins.
Not gonna lie, Jacob's Fatu debut I think would win against a lot of these things because it made a start. No one knew who it was. This person came out, this monster came out, attacked everyone, destroyed everyone, and everyone went, "Oh my God, this guy's amazing!" And the people who knew him were like, "You just seen how amazing how he's gonna be." But literally, hey, Ospreay, you know when you get tombstoned, onto the steps from a jumping thing,
Hey,
and you just then, carry on the match, and Owens does a very average-looking pile drive to Randy Orton, and he still hasn't returned as of this recording.
Psychology.
That's why we don't do kickouts of things and get up, because if you sell a move, then even if the move is light or simple, everyone will go, "Oh my God, they've hit the move." Pile driver's banned, therefore the pile driver comes out. Orton will punt Owens. At WrestleMania.
That's a great shout.
Yeah, at WrestleMania when they do Randy versus Owens.
Awesome.
But Owens pile driver is up there. Yeah, it's a fine pile driver, but it's the reaction, it's response, and that's how you create a move. I feel so sorry for Jacob Fatu because, by the way, I think he's amazing.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
He is awesome. I love that man. I think he's incredible.
Most intense man.
I love you,
With
Jacob.
his- with his
I love you, Jacob Fatu.
Just go with his teeth out. Just go. Oh, I love him.
He's great.
Love him.
Oh, mate, he stole the War Games match. Like everyone else, it was fine, but him it was just a one-man show for him.
Yeah.
Really is. Anyway, Owens pile driver,
Yeah.
goes through.
So we have Finn Balor costing Damian Priest at SummerSlam coming up against Io Sky, flipping out of
It's still called a rose plant.
the Rose Plant. Yes,
Can I talk about the Io Sky thing?
we can
I'm telling you now, I thought it was the moment of WrestleMania.
with the end game.
No. In terms of the reaction from the crowd for that moment, I'm talking.
Okay, so the second.
Yeah. Literally, she's going for the rose plant, and then Io is. I am getting more and more a fan of Io Sky
Same.
as the day goes on, because I thought she was fine. I thought she was a decent champion, but she was alright. And then every time I watch her, she just gets more. She's been given more and more, and her character's great. But that flip out of the rose plant and then flips out, unbelievable. And the crowd just reacted so much because the match was okay. It was a decent match. It was a solid match. I always think Bayley has like 6, 7 out of 10 matches nowadays. I thought she was better in NXT, probably. But that move, I genuinely just looked at it and went, "That's incredible."
Yeah.
And everyone reacted so strongly to it. And that's why it's made this, because people still remember her flipping out of the rose plant.
I think it was awesome. I think Finn costing Priest. It was good. It was a good twist. You kind of saw it coming a little bit.
Oh, what was interesting about that is Priest then sees it on the screen.
Yeah,
That's new. That's different.
I like that side of it. I'm tempted to go with Io Sky.
I'm Io Sky.
I feel that strongly about it, and I like the Finn turn.
It worked at the time.
Yeah.
And it really helped to get Priest into the babyface role that we needed, because Priest was quality. But I'm Io flipping out of the rose band all day long. I thought it was unbelievable. I think she's super talented. So good she is.
So we have two quite contrasting ones here. Dominic falling and dangling from the shark cage against Cody winning the Rumble. I think I forgot about this moment until the list. This was a wild moment. Now don't get me wrong, the botch after it doesn't really help. The match all went to pieces after this amazing spot. But this amazing spot, have you ever seen anything like it?
No, I didn't expect it to happen. I knew I thought he was going to fall out.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wow, okay, because I was scared, because my brain just always goes to things like Owen Hart and stuff like that. To get that trapped around his leg, I did wonder why there was this chain in there. I wish they'd chained him to it, like as a you really can't escape sort of thing. And then he just fell, perfectly done. You could easily break a leg or pop out of the hip. I was amazing that he did that spot, and it just looked fantastic. And then Rhea obviously attacking him with the kendo stick, and then the match falls apart. Yeah. I loved that.
Oh, I thought it was incredible, because it was you didn't think it was going to happen at all. No. You just went, oh!
Yeah, you thought it might
that's what it was.
It was really, really well done.
Really,
for something that is kind of dangerous, it was really, really well done.
Amazing spot. Loved it. Cody winning the Rumble. I was a bit like, we were all really into it because he pointed at Roman, and we know what happens from there.
Do you reckon Punk was meant to win?
No.
Even though Cody wasn't going to be in the main event.
Have you seen the documentary you saw that day?
Yeah, no, I know, but it makes no sense.
No, I think it does, because I think what happened is Triple H knew The Rock was going to do that, and I'm going to have Cody win. Yeah. So he foresaw what the fans would do.
I reckon, if that's the case, I reckon Triple H is definitely
40 chess. He's going, I'm going to have him in the Rumble, and then you're going to take it off him, and people are going to riot against it and get him in the main event. look what happened.
I think the moment really is him pointing at Roman. I think it's the moment here. Winning it was fine. It's him pointing at Roman and going mad. Everyone reacted. Everyone reacted.
And I think, again, because this was our big confusion at the time, because we didn't know this behind the scenes stuff. And we were going, well, why have they had him just point to Roman when they were going to have the rock face Roman? Because ultimately they've got Cody. Triple H probably gone Cody, point at Roman. Yeah. Like, let's build this and get the fans against.
Because they were going to have him take on, like, Seth. And that makes no sense.
No, not at all.
This is why, by the way, I think Dom falling out is actually the bigger moment. I really do. Yeah, I actually had to pick it. I generally think Dom falling out is so... When have you seen it?
I wouldn't say it's the bigger. I'd say it's probably the better.
Okay, better. I think it's better. Yeah. I think when have you seen that sort of thing before?
Yeah, because at the time I kind of wanted Punk to win as well.
Yeah.
I'm a Punk mark, so I was a bit like...
such a Punk mark.
Well, we're also seeing Cody...
Who would you want to win if it was the Royal Rumble of 2021 and Edge returns, and 2020 and Edge returns, and then Punk returns?
Well, Edge didn't win anyway.
Yeah, no, but then the last two. Who would you want to win then?
Punk, and I love Edge. I love Edge for Punk.
I've gone with Dom. What are you going with?
I'll go with Dom.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with Dom.
I mean, you'd use your veto anyway, so I may as well.
No, it's not like that. I think Dom's the better moment.
Yeah, better moment, I think. Jey Uso winning the IC title against Sami Zayn's Canada entrance with the camera following him. We talked about the production crew earlier. My word.
Let's talk about Jey's winning the IC.
Yes.
He needed a win.
Yes.
Badly. He was the most over star in the company. He needed to win something. It was getting to the stage where it was like, he keeps losing. If you keep losing, and the crowd they wanted him to win so badly. And we all did. Everyone was like, we lost it after a month. It was like, no, that was right. That was the right decision because it felt he got the win. He got to win a title. He got to win a singles title. So everyone can go, he's won something. He's been single. And you got to carry on the story of the bloodline and get back to Bron Breakker. Personally, for me, that was perfect. Because we've talked about flip-flopping titles before. Because we talked about you wanted Edge to win at Mania and give it back to Roman in his long reign at the time. And I'm like, that wouldn't work. This works as a flip-flop.
It does.
Sometimes you can flip-flop titles. That's fine. People can lose and then win it straight back.
We criticised Triple H for just changing them at SummerSlam Mania. He started to change it up a bit with the
little bit,
and I'm here for it. And I think he
SmackDown tag.
And just move in that direction a little bit. Give us some variety. And I think this is, as you said, entirely correct. Great to do. However, Sami Zayn's camera entrance.
It's one of the best things I've ever seen from a production standpoint.
Unbelievable.
One take, one camera.
What was the match? What was it for?
I don't know.
He's defending it against Chad Gable.
I have no idea or care.
No.
But the thing is, everyone forgets that Sami Zayn. It followed Jey. Jey's done the thing, gets to Sami. Sami's looking up. They look up together and then they follow Sami out. And I don't even care what the match. I don't care. It was, oh my God, the production. If you've never seen Sami's entrance in Canada, which connected to Jey Uso. Flag. Oh my God, I think it's genuine. I think he is against Chad in Montreal, I think. It's one of the best bit of productions I've ever seen. And genuinely, it wins here over Jey Uso winning the IC title. Yeah. Nothing happening. Just walking.
When you watch that, you watch and the passion from the production team and for the creative comes through the screen at you.
In 5 years' time, that won't win because we will be used to production and we won't be giving the production its due because that's what it will be at that point. It'll be new and exciting anyway. We might mention it the odd thing. We might go, what great camera work, but we won't go, But this shows you how amazing, shows you how bad WWE's production has been for probably since like 2003-4. Because Kevin Dunn was good. I will not have people say Kevin Dunn was bad. Kevin Dunn became bad. He became lazy. But if you watch stuff from like early 90s and late 90s, Kevin Dunn's doing some amazing things that no one else is doing, including WCW. But then he got lazy and got bored and just did the same three things over and over and over again. Pretty much. Whereas this new production company, I don't know if they've been named. Do we even know their names? I don't know. Watching them do clever things, this is amazing. So Sami's camera entrance for me is Canada entrance.
Absolutely.
All day long for me. No bloodline!
Yeah. So...
no bloodline!
No bloodline.
No bloodline on Judgment Day!
So we have Braun and Bronson's big brawls.
So it was really hard to pick which one to pick for that, by the way, because they had the tsunami on the trunk of the car. They went through the wall. So I've kind of just gone the brawls.
As a brawls against the New Day's 10-year anniversary segment. Oh, I was hurt so much. I was hurt, and I've talked about it a little bit.
They went for subtle
because you know what I think. Even if one of them just gave Big E a low blow, even if you can't do anything, I wanted that
Whereas I didn't need that.
They went for
the emotional trauma, and they went it understated.
Yeah.
By the way, because we've done a couple of power rankings for January, and so we've already filmed one power ranking for January. It's Kofi Kingston. So we're going to do Kofi because of Royal Rumble. So we've done a couple of power rankings for January, and we said that Kofi can't do heel. Now, it won't change power ranking because this is with a New Day, and that's Kofi on his own, so he hasn't done heel on his own yet, so we can't change it. But we said we've never really seen it, we didn't know if he could do it. The promo he did against Big E kind of makes us look like tits. So I'm bringing it out now. I'm bringing it out now. We look like, because we've already filmed one power ranking episode already. For last year we've done a couple. He's mugged us right off.
We didn't think when we recorded that we were going to get Kofi heel in the next few weeks.
We literally went, because normally we do like older wrestlers to start off with the power rankings, and we went, we'll do Kofi, it's the Royal Rumble, heel, whatever. We don't want to get a couple of power rankings in the books, and then that's just performance.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
It was. For me, when you compare it with the Festival of Friendship, it's not quite there.
It's not the Festival of Friendship, but that's one of the best things that wrestling did for a long time.
Absolutely loved it.
I've got New Day 10th year anniversary of the Braun Brawls. I love the Braun Brawls. I loved everything with Braun. Constantly. The tsunami of the concrete wall, going through off the concrete wall onto the car, going through the wall. They literally just went exactly how I want my wrestling to be.
It's in my Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah, it is in your Hall of Fame. Go watch it. But for me, I think the New Day is going through for me. What do you go?
I can't veto it anyway. I'll probably edge the New Days.
Okay. I think the heartbreak is what makes it so.
It made me so sad.
New Day 10th year anniversary, I think it's going to go through. Okay. I would have vetoed it anyway.
I know. We have Bo Dallas. You thought Bo Dallas would be turning up this year,
and in two moments.
Twice.
Yeah.
Bo Dallas's first promo after coming back against Kevin Owens' off-camera heel turn.
Right, let's talk about Bo Dallas to start with. We didn't know he had that in him.
No.
That first promo thing he did, which I think was the night or 2 weeks after the first attack, which on the list, we were just sat there going, I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had this in you at all.
It kind of reminded me of those old Mick Foley promos.
It did. Mankind. That's exactly what it reminded me of.
It was out of that kind of, and we haven't had something like that for a very long time.
I've been so impressed with Bo. I think he looks great.
Yeah.
He looks more like Bray every single day. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I think he looks great. He looks like a badass. I wish they actually would push him a bit more to the main event, actually.
It's almost kind of a shame for him that his previous character was such a jokey comedy character because it slightly hurts the legitimacy of how good is he at wrestling, you know what I mean?
It does, but he actually can wrestle.
No, he can, but kayfabe wise, you know what I mean?
But that promo work, I don't need to see him wrestle, I just need to see him do promos every single time. Yeah. I think they need to do something big with them in 2025.
You got to commit to that.
I think they need to do something main eventy, I think, even if they lose. Kevin Owens turning heel off camera. Now is some modern thinking. They literally just assumed, they didn't, as far as I'm aware, I could be wrong, but they assumed that someone would catch the footage because they had fans everywhere because Cody was saying hello to the fans in his bus, and they just assumed that the fans would record it and put it online.
Brave.
And just didn't record it themselves. They must have had someone back up, maybe in the crowd with a phone themselves. They must have done.
Yeah.
But could you imagine someone turning heel and attacking someone, and it's not
when you're there,
and it's not even on camera?
Like if me and you're outside all in, and someone just actually in kayfabe works.
Well, Toni Storm did that when she lost the match to Maura May. She just walked out of Wembley.
Wow.
They followed her out. She just walked out. She just left the building, and you're like, what? I genuinely think this is one of the most ingenious ways to turn someone heel because it got people talking on social media. Because it didn't happen on TV, and everyone wanted to watch SmackDown to go, are they going to carry on? They're going to address it? What's going to happen? I thought this was awesome because it was Bad Blood as well, wasn't it? That Bad Blood pay-per-view was brilliant outside of any matches.
Apart from
I've got Owens turning heel off camera here.
Have you? Because I read it and love the idea and the creativity of it. And I love his run. His run has been unbelievable.
Please win the title at Saturday Night's Main Event. We are recording this before Saturday Night's Main Event. We are genuinely recording this before, so we don't know the result before Saturday Night. Hence why nothing have made it from Saturday Night's Main Event. It will be there next year. Please win.
I just wanted a moment with a crowd reaction.
Yeah, I get that.
So maybe I'm a bit old.
Well, that's what the pile driver's for.
Yeah,
that's what the pile driver's for.
I personally would have Bo's promo here. Genuinely, I'd go Bo's promo.
Do you know what? I am not strong enough to veto because I love both moments. I think Bo's promo is incredible. I really do. I think it showed that he is a massive talent and should be given more opportunities. I really do. I'm happy for Bo to go through. Bo Dallas's first ever promo. Go through.
Bo leave.
Oh God, no.
Sam, I'm going to give you a moment to think here. And be upset.
Oh no.
Cody and Roman's stadium promo.
Oh my God, it was amazing. I'll have your back, you'll have my back. Oh my God, it was cinema.
You're in my way in life. Just
my God.
Wonderful. Against, I think, a personal favourite of Sam's.
Oh no.
Joe Hendry's NXT debut. you want to talk about Joe Henry? He might win, but do you want to talk about?
Can't mention him. He might turn up.
Well, he might turn up.
He might turn up. If you mention him, he will turn up. Because obviously they had the deal with TNA, and everyone was like, "We want Joe Hendry. We want Joe Hendry. We want Joe Hendry." And then when he did, NXT, which is a very small crowd, very, very small crowd. By the way, AEW beating NXT in any ratings is not a win. Just so you know. It's literally, they're not a third brand. It's a developmental brand. It is not a win. Why?
So who cares?
So literally, it's not a win. And they've been winning anyway. Joe Hendry, when the music hit, I've never heard such a small group of people make more noise. And then you just sat there going, sign him. Sign him. He's got a TNA contract. Wait and sign him. It was, oh my God, I believe in Joe Hendry so much. I love this, like, WWE. And they kept using him. And he kept having skits with Shawn Michaels. You know that same night he was about who got eliminated first? And I went, oh, he buried him. I went, no, that works. Because he went back and had a thing with Shawn Michaels. So literally, he got two. He got mic time with his entrance, lost in the Battle Royal straight away, and then got a backstage thing with Shawn Michaels. That's why losing and getting jobbed out sometimes is a good thing, because it can build to something else.
What was the segment with Shawn, quickly?
Essentially, I want another chance. I can do this, blah, 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 that sort of
Yeah, he's going to lose, though, isn't he? He's going to lose.
Shall I veto just because I love Joe Hendry so much?
I mean, that's what I would do. You know me, I'm petty.
Yeah, I know, you're so petty. I love Joe Hendry.
I'm going to say Cody and Roman.
If it was against 25 of the other ones, but the Cody Roman thing is special. And they've done it a few times since with the Roman and CM Punk. It can be a bit cheesy and whatever, but it's
I love the Roman Punk.
But it's entertainment, and they're shooting it differently because of new productions. We have to get used to new production, and I want it to be like TV. You know, I want it to look different. Let's grow up. Let's go away from what it used to look like. I still think WWE looks the same as it did in like 2008 when they went all HD and all these. It's boring. It looks awful. Now it looks something different. It's new. It feels like everyone keeps wanting to know what the name of this era is going to be. And I think it should be linked to something, how it looks and how it feels.
I think they've gone the Renaissance era, haven't they?
Well, that's what we want to say, but everyone wants the Paul Levesque era, and now Cody wants it to be called the Records era.
No.
Yeah, I know, it's stupid.
Shut up, Cody.
Cody and Roman does win, and I want to cry.
Because
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I know you believe in him, but that's not enough to beat this promo. No, imagine if Austin... He's having a moment. I would say cut this out, but editing Sam's going to leave it in. So we all have to watch it. For me, I just go. If Austin and Rock, I'm going to talk about. If Austin and Rock had a moment like this back in the day, it would have been unbelievable. We're putting it through. We're putting it through, Sam.
These are two very different moments.
Yes, quite juxtaposing opposition here. We've got Liv kissing Dom.
So kind of like the turn, but a kiss.
It was at the same time. And you've got Punk being the referee at Clash at the Castle. Can
I just point about the Liv thing? Now, I know talking about Liv negatively is a very bad thing.
Oh, is it?
You're not allowed to.
No,
internet does not like it. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. I think this is Liv's best character work she's ever done. I think her promos have improved. I still think she's average in the ring. Every match is just meh to me, personally. But just prior to this, I thought she was doing terribly.
Did you?
Well, because she attacked Rhea, which was good. She was going to do this redemption tour, wasn't she? And then Rhea got injured.
Yeah.
So they started doing the thing with Dom, and she was doing the weird kind of crying that was terrible. If you remember, she was in the crowd and like because she can't act.
Oh, when Dom had rejected her,
she can't act. She can't. Because remember, Rhea. This was just before, so this might even be the week beforehand.
Yeah.
And so Rhea, pretty much, Dom tells her to get stuff, and she goes off in the audience crying, and it's awful. It's really bad. And then this is really good, and it's a great moment. So, like, Liv, I'm all over the place with. Like, I will honestly say that I think she's doing the best she has ever done, but I still think she needs to improve in the ring. And I still think that she's doing this over-the-top character, so she can be over the top, and it can be a bit unacted, not very good acting, but then she looks scared, and it's like...
Yeah.
So
it can be a bit cartoony.
She takes me out a little bit. She has a bit of cartoony about her.
I think that this was executed as pretty much perfection, because you don't entirely know if Dom's cost Rhea the match, and it's a bit murky purposefully.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "No, I did that on purpose," and
What
kisses her there.
about his wife was thinking?
Yeah. Well, I've seen him. He did a.
And by the way,
podcast
this is
about
why
it.
TV shows are a TV show. People go, "Oh, he's got a wife." He's a character on TV.
An actor, yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't matter as long as the people performing it are okay to do it, and the people who are husband and wives are okay to do it, like actors are. Me and my partner, we are actors, and if we have to go and kiss somebody on a TV show or a thing or anything like that, you go, "Oh, okay. By the way, I'm doing this, love. Oh, okay. Thanks very much."
Yeah,
We don't know that he's married. That's not on camera.
It's not in storyline, and also I've seen he did a podcast with Logan Paul, and he said his wife is fine with it. She knows and she shouldn't watch,
Yeah.
so it's just it's absolutely fine.
Punk become the referee at Clash.
This is better.
This is production.
Yeah, I was going to say the way it was shot was fantastic. Except for the long shot, so only I was thinking the front row were like, "It's not Punk. That's not Charles Robinson."
The front row.
Yeah.
Of course, not Charles Robinson because he would have been.
Yeah, well,
Charles
you
Robinson.
wouldn't have seen it.
Come on, Charles! And then the slide of 8,000 feet.
What a moment! That should go in Hall of Fame at some point.
It might do.
Yes. For me, it's Punk.
Yeah, I will talk about it a little bit more, but I think Punk. I do think
Love the rivalry.
being the referee is a great.
Oh,
environment.
he flew all the way to Scotland, Sam, just to count 2, not 3. To count 2.
Do half a job.
Oh, it's beautiful. And now we are into the last 16 of this side of the draw. So now we have Owens Piledriver against Io Sky.
Io Sky.
I don't know how do you pronounce it? I've only
Io.
seen it on text. You know what I mean? Io. No
Have
one said it.
you not heard the like Samantha Irvine say it?
Not really, no. She just shouts and goes, Io Sky. Io Sky flipping out of the Rose plant. I've got the Piledriver.
I also have the power driver.
Yes.
I think the Rose Plant flip out needed to be given some love.
Mm.
I think it's the best move that happened at WrestleMania. By I think a country mile. It's the best.
Brainbuster?
move. No, I still have this. I think that's the most dangerous move.
Not Randy Orton RKOing speed?
No.
No.
I've got this is the best move that happened at
It's
WrestleMania. But Owens Power Driver is just how you do psychology in wrestling, and it's still talked about now. And Randy still hasn't come back, and it's great. Production here.
It is very production heavy. They've really been the MVPs this year. So Dominic falls and hangs from the shark cage, and Sami Zayn's entrance in Canada. I've still got the entrance.
I've still got the entrance.
But I love Dominic's fall. You know, one of those moments where, because we go, even if there's a big move, we can kind of tell, like, we know the next move in most matches, don't we?
You can telegraph it.
Yes. I don't know about you. I literally was watching this one.
I was trying to work out what they were going to do. Is he going to land flat? Because you can take that back bump. You can do it. It's not that fine because you can do a back bump out of the ring and stuff like that. You can do it. I don't know.
No, but that's higher than
I
the
don't know if
ring.
he was just going to crumple onto his side and whatever. I'm not sure what the plan was, but that wasn't what I was expecting, and neither was the crowd because no one knew he'd been chained up. I did see the chain, and it did make me wonder if he was going to climb down or something. But yeah, that way I was like, whoa! But yeah, the Sammy Camera entrance in Canada,
Iconic.
I still watch it back.
Yeah.
It's still amazing.
It makes you feel so good as a human being to watch that.
I love watching people doing the best in their job. And this is why it gets confused about society. People are going, I want them to lose and all that. And I went, that doesn't make you a winner, wanting other people to not succeed. I want AEW to succeed and therefore make WWE even better.
I want everything to be good.
I want everything to be great. And then the things that become bad are still good because the thing is great. So Sammy's camera entrance definitely goes through.
Oh. Next, we have the New Day's 10-year anniversary segment against Bo Dallas's first promo back. What are your thoughts? Because I'm hinting towards...
Both on the heart.
Yes.
Both on the heart, this.
In different ways. I'm hinting towards the New Day, but maybe that's recency bias.
I think it might be recency bias. I think we've had this problem with the Wyatt Six generally anyway. Bo's first promo was excellent. I do think the attack is better. So I do think that the New Day, and the reason I'm going to give it to New Day is because I think their storyline has been just so wonderfully crafted. Especially the fact that it took a left turn because they brought in a new person, didn't they? Whose name's completely gone from my head, apologise. But he got fired, he got released. So they had to completely change tack and do the same story but without this third person. And it's been wonderfully done. And I would have been happy if they both went singles. I'm happy if both went heel tag team. We still don't really know where it's going.
No.
And that's the best thing about it. I generally thought it tugged at the heartstrings and it was just so beautifully done from both of them. And I didn't know that one of them had it in him. I knew that the other one did. Didn't know the other had it. I weirdly thought that Big E was the worst thing in it, actually. I thought he was kind of overreacting the sad, whilst the other two were delivering really serious, amazing promos.
Yeah.
But that's like me.
But then he was trying to be the old version of the New Day that was positivity.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, am I nitpicking or have I just slightly missed the point?
I think
I'm nitpicking, but I think it's the New Day over Bo Dallas. Just.
Well, it's been also built for 10 years.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think this moment has that backing, and sometimes moments come not because of that moment, but because of all this that's happened beforehand to make that moment. So yeah, I go with New Day.
No. Next, we have Cody and Roman Stadium promo versus Punk being the referee. I think our opinions differ.
I've got Cody and Roman at the Stadium. I think it's not one of the biggest moments they had in their feud.
But I still think it's that good.
I like the moment. I think it's really well done. I love screwing over Drew. Got screwed over in Clash again.
It's just fantastic because it's the creative ways in which he screws him over, and it just And I think it gets more heat than a great promo, awesome promo. I thought at the time, I thought it was great. I thought Roman, I thought his acting was off a little bit for me.
I disagree.
I think I remember at the time. I might have to watch it back again.
I think you need to because it's getting vetoed. It's going through Sammy regardless.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
I'm going.
I'm already vetoing there. Bang do. I think Cody and Roman Stadium promo, because we hadn't seen anything like that yet. Really did just propel this storyline, because at the time it was like, I don't care about you two tagging against those two. It makes no sense whatsoever. And then this made sense. And to do it in the Georgia Stadium as then make Cody and all that jazz again just builds that more. I love the Punk thing. I think it's a really good moment. I think it will be forgotten to time. I think it's already been forgotten more in the storyline anyway.
I think
of course not, because we love it and we're Clash people. But I think if you did put people up a list of what happened with the Punk and Drew, I think this actually goes quite low. I weirdly think that Priest's cash-in is a better moment than this. So I'm gonna veto and put Cody and Roman's Stadium promo through to the quarterfinals.
We now move into the quarterfinals that we
Fight forever.
I know. Kevin Owens' pile driver versus Sami Zayn's entrance. Two very opposite feelings.
I had no idea. I have the same feelings for both of them.
I'm going Zayn's entrance. Because I think, yes, the pile driver was brilliant. That's one move. That was brilliant storytelling. Yes, however, all the production that went into the Zayn thing.
To get it right.
And the Zayn thing was just an entrance. It's the fact that could have just been an entrance. It was come out, normal entrance, and it'd have been fine. The crowd would have popped, and it was so unnecessary, but yet that's what's so brilliant about it. That they went the extra 100 miles, frankly. I think that's better than, yes, a pile driver being effective, it being sold well. I think this is something, like you said with the Stampede match, we hadn't really seen before like this.
I'm willing to go with you. I think the Sami entrance is just phenomenal. I really do. Yeah, I'm happy. Sami is going through to the semi-final.
It's the New Day's 10th.
It is.
Yes, I was about to say that. It's the 10th year anniversary. Yes, it is. Versus Cody and Roman Stadium promo. I mentioned Cody and Roman.
I think it's Cody and Roman. Two very similar things, but for different reasons. Weirdly, I think I would like to have a production semi-final. Production versus production.
Let's just have a production meeting.
I think so. I love the New Day thing, but I think it's got more to go. I think it's got more legs to go, and I think the moment's really good, but I think there's going to be a bigger moment to come. I really do think there's going to be a bigger moment to come. So, Cody and Roman doing that thing, it's the first time they kind of got together since the Mania thing, and the tag. The conversation was excellent. It means so much. I'm going with Cody and Roman and Stadium promo. Production versus production.
All right.
It's like, it's that bit of the Oscars, before they've done like the actors and the movies, and they go, right, special effects award.
Yeah.
And no one cares, but you're like, yeah, well done.
This one we care. Sami Zayn's entrance versus Cody and Roman at the Stadium. Oh, I'm torn. And this is my judgment, really.
Yours? Semis. All damn you. I've got my answer.
What is your answer, Sam?
Sami's entrance.
Is it?
I think it's spectacular. And I don't care that it's an entrance. It's just watching it suddenly. Do you want to know why it's a big deal? Because watching it, especially if you've got an eye on production like me and you do with our background and what we do in film and TV and stuff, to watch that and suddenly it just built and built and built from a creative standpoint, not the moment necessarily, that you're watching going, oh my God, this is genuinely something really different. This is really special. And it made his entrance in Canada such a big deal, which is why I'm so annoyed that Chad Gable's not done anything since, really, that I looked at it and just went, I can't believe how good this production is. Someone just went, hey, should we do something different? Yeah, let's do this. And it just knocked it out of the park. And you just sat there going, that will be remembered for years.
When you look back at Sami Zayn's career, those are the shots that you're going to want to use him. Go through the crowd with that kind of...
When they do his Hall of Fame, they might show that whole thing.
Yeah.
Although we cut a lot of it into it.
And what I will say as well is, that is live TV.
Yeah.
Like that is difficult to do. Even when they film like 1917, you do these one-shot films, and that's a different thing. I know, but that's so difficult to do in filmmaking. Never mind live TV, where you've got fans that you're going through who are not cast members or extras. They are fans. They could do anything. They could do anything. A stupid sign in front of the camera. They could do anything, and the cameraman's got to go through all that. I think you're right.
I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an achievement of television.
It is an achievement that WWE just hadn't done for a long time.
What other TV show or anything on TV or film has done that live ever?
Very few. Very, very, very few. Because you go, this was one take. Like, I'll give you an example. When in Harry Potter, in The Prisoner of Azkaban, they talk about that scene when Ron's dad tells Harry about Sirius Black. And they go all the way round and they come back through and it's all in one take and it just works. And people talk about it because it's in one take. And I think this is an example of what happens in doing one take. I love the Cody and Roman promo. I think it really works. And I think it's, again, an element of production to just go, we could do this backstage or we could do this in the middle of a stadium. And like, it just made you go, wow, this feels big.
Yeah, and it was.
And they literally, by putting it in a stadium, made it bigger than it actually was. So yeah, Sammy going through. But tell you what, WWE production this year, top notch.
Keep it going. All right, Sami Zayn has done very well to get here. However, we are now in the final, and it is
going to be a big decision. But we want to know what you think. Do you agree with what we have? Is there things that have been missed that we haven't put on the list? Have you disagreed with some of our decisions? Have you agreed? What would you have as the best moment from WWE in 2024? Please let us know in the comments below. And who do you think is going to win in the comments below between the final 5 minutes of WrestleMania 40 versus Sami Zayn's camera kind of entrance in Canada?
Both a great 5 minutes.
They are. It's literally both are long moments. It's very interesting as that.
I'm going Mania.
I've got Mania, sadly.
Sorry, Sammy, you did well.
It's an obvious thing. It's an obvious trope. But I think, literally, it's... When you look at the WrestleMania 10, 20 and 30, 10 with Brett winning, big moment. 20 with Benoit and Eddie, confetti, hug, lovely. Brian with the long story and all that lot. You have to end it big on those 10s. Yes. I don't know why.
The crowning of a workhorse champion.
Usually what it is. But this just went to the extreme of a story that's been going for 4 years, a year with Cody, and it just was executed to perfection, apart from No Stone Cold. And it just is exactly... It will be remembered forever. They will remember this moment and it'll be on everybody's lists. And as much as it's kind of basic, it is the moment of 2024.
Sometimes basic works. I think it's one of the best, if not arguably the best Mania moment of all time. And for me, it is the best. I know you went for The Rock, and The Rock was absolutely with Cody in the Rain. Fantastic. It's this moment for me.
So we've decided that the best moment of WWE in 2024 is the final 5-minute bonanza. That is the end of WrestleMania 40. Thank you very much for joining us. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please put in the comments what you think. Thank you for joining us for our week. This is our week. If you don't know what we're doing, we are here every single day throughout Christmas. We've been here since Christmas Eve doing an episode. We've got the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st to go. So please join us tomorrow. I'm not going to let you know what it is. Please join us for tomorrow for our next episode and watch our entire week of the end, the culmination of 2024. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next time. We have a still camera. We need to have a camera that moves with us.
Get any mate just tracking and panning around us all the time.
Just circle.
Fantastic.
Just
all the time. Disorientate the audience.